Alright, we are back. Last time we saved Gareth, got him back to the secret camp. Alright, maybe you've done a little bit of stealing since then, maybe you haven't. Totally up to you. Alright, I'm going to walk you through just setting up how to make some future quests over here a bit easier. Now, the first thing we're going to do is leaving the secret camp. There's going to be some salamanders over here. They're kind of possessed by the void. Void, by the way, void woken, come from the void. Bad place. It's ruled by the God King, you know, self-titled, little bit full of himself based on the name. Yeah, we're gonna take these guys out. Shouldn't be very difficult combat, so we're gonna skip right through this. All right, once you clear out the giant salamanders there, you'll notice there's a spot to dig over here. It's kind of hard to see once it stops glowing, and it's usually gonna glow mid-combat, but it's right about there. So we're going to dig that up, and you find 3 unique items right there, alright? So you're going to find the Ring of Intelligence, the Mask of Strength, and Second Skin. Alright, so the Ring of Intelligence... Alright, the Ring of Intelligence gives +1 intelligence and 10 poison resistance. Mask of Strength gives poison resistance again, 10%, and it gives +1 strength, so those two pretty similar in concept. And then Second Skin also gives 10% poison resistance, and +1 finesse, but then it also gives +1 to your huntsman. So we are going to... Actually, we're going to give those gloves to Beast, alright? Because the finesse is very good to have on a rogue. We would give them to Red Prince, but he currently has the Gloves of Teleportation, and I like him having the Gloves of Teleportation, so he's going to keep those a little while longer. The Mask of Strength, we're not really going to use. There's actually just a straight-up better version of that unique item later on. It's actually the Cursed Helmet is better than that one. And then the Ring of Intelligence, you can give it to a mage. I'm not sure if I'm going to give it to Mumbo or Pyramus. I'm going to give it to Pyramus here. Now, the unique thing about those 3 is that they all have a rune slot on pieces of equipment that usually wouldn't get a rune slot. Helmets usually don't get them, rings usually don't get them, and gloves usually don't get them. So you can add extra runes on those that you wouldn't normally be able to get. Late game, when you're trying to get really high critical chance, you might want to use the Ring of Intelligence just to get an extra rune for crit chance on there. Alright, and since Mumbo, for some reason, doesn't currently have a helmet, I thought he did, don't know why he doesn't, we're going to just give him that Mask of Strength. Alright. It gives you a +1 strength, and it needs 11 strength, so it fulfills its own requirements there. Alright, and then we're going to come right over here. Now this doesn't look like much, right? It's a little weirdly shaped, but if you get a little bit closer, it is revealed that there is a passageway in there. Alright. So we're going to briefly step in here just to get that exploration XP, and then just remember that this cave is there. We're going to come back to it later. For right now, what we're going to do is we're going to have Red Prince actually hop over here. Alright. This area is kind of like a back entrance to a different part of the game, and it's just going to make a little maze that we're going to go through pretty soon. It's going to make that a much easier thing to deal with. Alright. So we're going to come over here, and you'll find some vines right there. You're going to have Red Prince climb, or whoever you have. I'm using Red Prince, but whoever you want to use, come up here. You're always going to find some scale gloves there. You can grab them if you want. Even if you don't need them, you can sell them for some more money. You're going to find a crafting Bible up here. Read through that. It'll give you some recipes. Looks like it's going to mostly be about clothing and armor. You do get a medium wits potion here, so that's 3 wits that'll give you. Just going to double check here. So we got crossbow, bowstring. Alright. Okay, and then it's making handmade cloth shirt, leather armor. Okay, so these will give you at-level armor right there. Alright. So the stuff in that crafting Bible, not super useful, but it could be nice to have. Alright, we're going to come around this way. There's a human skeleton over here. This is one of the main reasons we're doing this part here. That human skeleton will have a crumbling skull in it. Alright. Crumbling skulls are used to open up the doors over here in this little maze type area. Alright. So So we're going to grab the one over there. Be careful not to come up these stairs to this door. That will actually mess up a quest later on. Lose you some XP. We're going to come over here and we're going to open up this body. His name is Jim Fred. Alright, very interesting name there, Jim Fred. And he'll also have a crumbling skull. So that'll let us open 2 doors here for free. And this whole maze area, you're trying to collect those skulls. They're kind of hidden within the maze. You gotta do some fancy stuff to get through here. The easiest way is just grab those 2, and then you'll find one more over here, and you can just walk right on through. No need to do anything fancy with that. Alright, and then we're gonna have us... Where are we gonna go from here? We're gonna actually waypoint back to... No, we're not gonna waypoint. To get red prints back to us, we're gonna re-enter this cave, because it'll just load up with red prints. And then we're going to exit the cave. It'll load up with red prints, so he automatically comes back to us. We're going to do one more little bit of combat here that I'm going to skip through. Alright, so we've got the Void Salamanders. Remember, the Void Woken attacked the ship at the beginning of the game that we were on. So Void are kind of like the main bad guys, sort of the game, aside from the Magisters. Now, over here, and the Magisters think they're the good guys. I guess so do the Void Woken, sort of, in a different sort of way. Alright, so when you get up to this area, alright, there's some kind of busted up ruins, like, I don't know, maybe a tower was here or something. You're going to find some oil and fire spread around. When you enter this area, you're going to get ambushed by some Void Woken worms here, these little vicious voidlings. Alright, now right now there's only 3 of them, but as you start to kill these guys, more of them are actually going to spawn partway through. Alright? So just be aware of that. Once you get 2 of them killed over here, more of them spawn, and then there is a 3rd wave that spawns after that. Alright, and they're going to have some insulting dialogue. So we're going to skip through this fight because they have no armor, so this should be really easy for you guys to get through. Alright, once you get these guys sorted out, and they should give you a decent chunk of XP. I mean, they give 1,000 XP per kill, and they're all pretty easy kills. Just make sure that you try to space those guys out a little bit. If you kill a whole wave before the end of, near the end of a turn cycle, they're all going to get a turn before you can react to them. But like I said, they have no armor. They should be pretty easy to take down there. Alright. And make sure you get that human skeleton in the middle. Usually has some decent gear in there. Alright, now from here, we got a few different options on what we can do. Alright, we've got pretty much the whole map uncovered here. We do have all the waypoints that we're going to need. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have us go to the Dragon's Beach. I think we're going to get ready to fight Radeka the Witch. Actually, before we do that, go to Amadia Sanctuary and we're going to gear up. Alright, so we're going to buy some gear from everybody, get everything up the level. And remember, you want weapons to be prioritized, alright? And then after your weapons are good to go, then go for your armor and everything else, alright? Now, if you want, you can go back to Fort Joy and sell stuff to them so that you don't clutter up the inventory of these guys. That way it's a little bit easier to find the stuff that you need, and you don't have to look through a bunch of junk that you sold back, alright? So I'm actually going to do that first. We're going to go back to the square. Alright, we're going to have Mumbo come over here and sell some stuff to Griff, because Griff usually has a decent amount of gold, and he'll be able to buy all the stuff that we want to sell him. So once Mumbo is in range, because you're probably going to encumber him here, once he's in range, just start giving him all the stuff you want to sell, and make sure that any of the stuff you do have with you, if you want to equip it now, that way you don't accidentally sell something that you wanted to keep. I didn't realize Beast only had level 2 boots over there. That was pretty bad. Alright, so I'm going to sell some stuff, and I will be right back. Alright, so we sold some stuff to Griff. We now have a lot less stuff over here encumbering us. Alright, moving all the stuff we want to keep long term over there. Alright, so you can sort through all that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the little beach area here. And we're going to cook up some food. We do have quite a bit of, where are we at here? We have a few pieces of raw meat and such in here, some stuff we can cook. I see it, we've got a wooden figurine and a tormented soul, so I know we can make another totem scroll. And I'm going to show you a trick with some water arrowheads. Alright, so go to recipes, we're going to go to food. We can make 9 dinners. Alright, so we're just going to make all 9 of those. Why not? Let's make a boiled potato too. Close out of that, see if we can make anything else now. Just some dwarven stew combining some beer and stew. We're just gonna make 6 of them. Let's use half of that. Let's make 3. All right. And then we're gonna waypoint back to the beach. All right. And I believe we left a water barrel. We did. All right. So the reason that I bought a bunch of just regular old plain arrowheads is because if you combine, alright, any water source, there we go, any water source and an arrowhead, you get a water arrowhead. So we have a bucket of, or a barrel of water, and that's an unlimited supply of water. Alright, in this game, barrels, they don't run out of stuff. So we just got, right there, 9 more water arrowheads. Now we need to make sure we give them all to the Red Prince. So we're going to send that over there. And then we got 9 of them right there in Mumbo's bag. Send to the Red Prince. Now he's got 12 right there. Alright. And we're going to send the rest of these here too. We got an freezing arrow earlier. We're going to give that to Red Prince. And then we're going to throw that into his bag right there. I don't think we got any more new types of arrowheads lately. But we are going to make sure, now that we're doing this, we're just going to send all of our unique arrows to him. Oh, we did get a slowdown arrow and a poison cloud arrow. Alright, did I hit the wrong person on that? So we are going to throw those in there as well. The slowdown ones, they deal physical damage and they slow you down. Alright, so it's like getting hit with oil, but it does physical damage. Poison cloud does poison damage, area effect, and it sets a cloud instead of a puddle of poison. And freezing arrow, pretty self-explanatory. Hits them with the arrow and it will freeze them if they are wet, and it will chill them if they are not wet. Alright, so we are going to take the barrel of water. Actually, we have a shocking arrowhead. We're going to show you guys a new recipe as well. We're going to take that barrel of water. We're going to combine it with a shocking arrowhead. Alright, so any water source and a shocking arrowhead will give you a static cloud arrowhead. Alright, and you can do this with the already made arrows as well. It doesn't have to just be the arrowheads. And that'll give you static cloud arrow. Alright, so static cloud arrows, where are we at? They're going to do air damage. Alright, so it's like a lightning attack. And it's going to create a cloud of electrified mist, or electrified steam. Alright, so if you use that, water arrowhead and a static cloud arrow, you will create water and a steam cloud around them, and they will be electrified. So that makes it very easy to stun people with an archer. Not even a supposedly magic damage dealer, right? He can do both physical and magical damage pretty well. And there's a few other things here we can show you. I don't want to use an air essence up because we might get some more feathers for teleportation scrolls in a little bit. But we do have fire essence, so fire, claw, and paper will make a haste scroll. Alright. Anything else super useful that you're going to have come up a lot? If you have an earth essence and an empty canister, you can combine those to make a tremor grenade. Tremor grenades do earth damage and they knock you down, so it's very good for a mixed damage party like what we've got. You can combine your wood chips with a source of water to make wood pulp. And then if you find an oven later, you can put the wood pulp in the oven. and it will make paper. So you can make your own paper that way. Don't think there's really a whole lot else super fancy, useful that we can use right now. Well, you could use, I think you can use chicken foot, life essence, and a piece of paper. Make a chicken claw scroll with that. Can be very useful. And I think we're gonna stop the crafting right there. There's one or two other things we can make. Nothing super useful that we don't already have. Oh, essences and empty potion bottles. Alright, so if you were to take, I don't think Shadow Essence does anything, but we'll double check. Yeah, Shadow Essence doesn't work with those. But if you take like an Earth Essence and an empty potion bottle, you get Stone Skin Potion. Gives you physical armor and immunity to all those things. Petrified, shock, stun, poison, bleeding, burning. A lot of stuff. Alright. And then if you do an empty potion bottle, and I don't think Life Essence does anything either, but we'll double check. Yeah, nothing. Water Essence, it does something. I can't remember what it gives you. Nimble Tumble. So if you drink that, it'll give you 50% chance to dodge. So that works for all arrow attacks, wand attacks, and melee attacks, whether they're swords or daggers. Alright. The air essence will give you a potion of jellyfish skin, give you some air resistance, and it'll reflect melee damage back as air damage on the attacker. I don't want to use that up. I like saving my air essences for teleportation scrolls. At the moment, I don't think we can craft anything else that we'll actually use for real this time. Alright, you can combine one of those, and you can get a minor intelligence potion. We discussed, but didn't actually show, Puffball and Empty Potion Bottle gives you a minor wits potion. That's about all we're going to be doing right there. Alright, now Mumbo is currently encumbered because he's got the water barrel here. We're going to send that up to Red Prince because he's got the most room in his inventory. Alright, so when we come back, we're going to go through some tougher combats in the Hallow Marshes. I'm not sure which ones we're going to start with. I'll figure it out before we get started on that video, though. There's quite a few of them over there. So I will see you guys in a little bit. We will probably get to Rebecca next episode, the witch who's enslaving Slain, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So in the meantime, if you have not done your level 7 stealing around the Seeker camp, I would suggest doing that now. It's really easy to recruit Ifen for that because he's in the camp already, and then Beast goes right over there as well. Ifen is only there because I recruited him. If you didn't recruit Ifen earlier, which you should have to get the crossbow that we have, then he will be over there. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.